too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money and the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to talk a long time. I know I always say that, and then I end up going on and talking about different things. But I just wanted to hop in and, when something's on my heart, I can't help it. I just got to share it. My brain is always going 100 miles an hour. I'm always seeing things and breaking things down. And I guess it's just the curse of the kind of brain I have. Maybe ADHD is my superpower. I don't know. But because a lot of you see me live a lot. And you're like, well, why is he always live? Why does he always got something to say? Won't he just shut up? Well, it's just because I'm a thinker. I'm always thinking. I'm always thinking about the Black community. I'm always trying to figure out solutions. I'm always trying to figure out how we can do better. So what I do, at the very least, is I like to point out things that I observe in hopes that it'll help you observe the same things and process this in your own life so I can make your life better at the end of the day. That's my goal. I want to make you happy. I want to help you succeed. So anyway, do me a favor before you get started. Everybody put your hashtag B1 in the chat. Let me know that you're Black first, that you care about the Black community. That's a requirement for being here. The Black community must be first. It can't be second, third, or fourth. That agenda must be the top agenda. The only agenda is the Black agenda. So put hashtag B1 in the chat and use hashtag B1 anywhere on social media. Also, please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done it, please hit the thumbs up button and share the video. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. How many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you, I don't know how many of you keep up with hip hop. I keep up with hip hop culture because I know a lot of rappers. You know, I've been on the Breakfast Club a few times. I talked to Charlamagne and stuff like that a lot. And I believe that if you're going to go talk to young people, you got to know what's going on. You know, when I want to understand my girls, when I want to understand what's on the minds of my girls, I watch what they're watching. I listen to what they're listening to. That's how I learned about Megan Thee Stallion. It's from some 12-year-olds. And I was like, whoa, this is some grown shit. I should be learning about this from somebody who's in the 7th grade, but okay. Right. And so I pay attention. I follow what the rappers are doing. I like to learn what the new stuff is out. And it's good. I mean, they're very talented. It's good quality in terms of their skill, but it's not good quality in terms of the content and what it does for the community. And so, and as much as we want to detach ourselves from it as, people in our 40s or our 50s or whatever, you can't detach yourself from it. You can't detach yourself from it. You know, one of my very good friends is a guy out of Houston, like Megan Thee Stallion, by the name of Willie D. Willie D's from the Ghetto Boys. And anybody who wants to be overly critical of what's going on in hip hop now needs to understand that a lot of that started in our generation. A lot of that's ratchet ass, disrespecting Black women, wanting to kill each other type of stuff. That really started actually in the early 90s, So we have to take some accountability for this and some connection to this. So this is not foreign. We've seen this before and we've rejected it. Every time the truth has been laid out to us, we've rejected it. So what I want to do is kind of break something down. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you are aware of what's going on with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. There's a rapper named Tory Lanez or something. I don't know if it's Lanez or Lanez. It's spelled L-A-N-E-Z. Give me a yes or no if you're aware of what happened. Megan is about 25 years old. She was shot by Tory. They're on Instagram screaming and hollering about, who shot who did what. And it's been made into a conversation. And people ask me, well, why, Doc, if you're a financial expert, why are you talking about hip hop and rappers? Well, because you have to talk about culture. Culture is very important. Music drives culture. It doesn't matter if I can teach you everything there is to know. I can teach you all the secrets of the universe when it comes to wealth. But if you have bad culture, then you're not going to have any wealth. If you want to be a thug or a stripper or whatever, and then it doesn't matter. I could put $10 million in your bank account tomorrow, and then you'll be your bank account will be empty in a few years, but you'll have a closet full of Air Jordans and Gucci watches or whatever the hell, right? So culture is everything. If you care about Black people, you care about culture, and you understand the importance of culture in building wealth. The cultures that succeed the most are the cultures that educate themselves and build wealth. This is known all throughout the world. That's why I talk talk about hip hop. So with this, and also I care about young people. So and sometimes I can be harsh. So I'm gonna try not to be too harsh when I say this, but I got to be plain. I got to be honest. So I went through and I studied Megan Thee Stallion. I read through her entire Wikipedia page. I learned about how she grew up in Houston. Her mama was a rapper. Unfortunately, her mother died, I think about a year ago or something like that. And then I read about Tory Lanez. You know, I read about his background. Grew up in Canada, had a father. I can't remember. I think his mother died of a rare disease very early. And he kind of ended up, out in the streets. I think he went to live with his grandmother in Canada at the age of 15. His grandma said, I can't take this, and put him out. Next thing you know, he's on the streets and he's learning from people maybe he shouldn't have been learning from. I don't know. Now, in terms of the specific incident, whose fault is it? I can't imagine anything that Megan could have said or done that would make it okay to shoot somebody. You can't do that. You just, unless they're shooting at you or stabbing you, you cannot shoot another person, right? So if you want to know my opinion on the superficial aspect of this, whose fault is it? Well, of course, it's the fault of the guy who's holding the gun. Period. Right. And so I think that's an issue. Now, a deeper level issue that has been brought up is this idea that that Megan, when Megan didn't tell the police what happened, and Tory's team went out and said, Megan did this and did that, and he didn't do anything. And she comes back and says, no, he shot me. You shot me. Nick, you shot me. Blah, 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 right. Okay. So on that level, I've seen people express that as a frustration. Like, this is an example of black men not protecting black women. Black men ain't stepping up for black women. That black woman protected that black man. And look at him just being a typical black man. He didn't protect her. Well, first of all, I think it's important to be clear on this. And all the real men in the room, please raise your hand. Everybody who's a real man and knows what a real man looks like, please raise your hand. And I want to make it clear, abundantly clear right now, especially for any young people that are watching, that a real man don't act like that. A real man doesn't act like that. If you're a real man, raise your hand, say something in the chat. If you're a real man don't do that. Real men, there is absolutely nothing on this earth or any surrounding planet that my fiance, Dr. Alicia, there's nothing that she could ever say to me that would cause me to pull out a gun and shoot her in the foot. Like nothing. There's literally nothing there's nothing. She could shoot at me and I still wouldn't shoot back. I would just get away from the situation and call the police. I would not shoot my woman under any circumstances. So anybody trying to sort of run with this whole, well, that's just a black man disrespect or, that's what black men do. That's y'all need to let go of that bullshit. And y'all need to let that go. And so let me break it down. Let's jump from the bullshit to the real shit. Do me a favor, if you could, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up button. That helps the algorithm. So on the count of three, everybody hit the thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up button. Here's what I'm seeing. Here's the thing that Megan and Tory had in common that I noticed in their Wikipedia page. I'm not their age, right? They're in a generation after me, but so I'm in their parents' generation. Both of these young people in this situation have one major thing in common that's highly significant in this situation. Neither one of them has either parent that's involved in their life. Neither one of them has a parent around. Megan, unfortunately, her mother died last year. Her father is not mentioned anywhere on her Wikipedia page. There is no mention at all anywhere that I saw of Megan Thee Stallion's father, right? Not once, right? And I don't know what the situation is. I don't know where the blame goes. It just is what it is. Tory, on the other hand, his mother unfortunately died of a rare disease when he was young, which that's going to cause a lot of mommy issues. Just like the women have daddy issues from the father missing. Well, men who don't have their mothers have mommy issues. This is scientifically proven. Any therapist can break this down for you. So that's going to cause the mommy issues. And then he lost his father. His father was still around, but he left. His father moved into Atlanta, and then he left his father to go live in New York with somebody. And then he went to Canada to live with his grandma. His grandma put him out at 15. So his father was not a factor in his life, right? Now, let me explain something to you. Everybody in here who cares about Black family, who understands family, will understand this. Your parents are very important in your life. Your mother typically is the greatest nurturer and support system. Your father's your protector. Your father's the one who helps you learn toughness and certain standards in terms of dealing with other men or dealing with the opposite sex. And so with Tory, what I see is a guy who wasn't nurtured by his mother, because his mother wasn't there. So he probably has issues with women. And also his father was not around to teach him, like, look, Negro, a real man does not pull out a strap and shoot his woman in the foot. A man does not do that. A man does not shoot a woman, punch a woman, kick a woman, act a damn fool with a woman, right? So having a father would have made a big difference for him. It made a big difference for him. Somebody says Tory's not a foundational Black American. Honestly, I don't care. I don't give a shit. He looks black to me. So let's focus here. Now flip it over to Megan. Megan not having a mother means the mother is the greatest mentor for the young lady, right? So like our daughters, they look to their mama, they follow their mother around. Anybody in here know what I'm talking about? Say something in the chat. They follow their mother around and they copy their mother. They do what their mother does, right? So when their mother picked me as their new dad, they're not my biological kids, but they, and also when their mother picked their actual dad, me and their actual dad are very similar people. And we're both quality men. We come through for our family. We make sure that our children are good. So when they go pick a man, they're probably not going to be that interested in a thug. They'll probably know, look, he shot me. That's not a good man for me to pick. So sometimes if you want to know why I go into Uncle Boyce mode, sometimes it's because I believe that we have millions of little Megan Thee Stallions out here who don't know what up from down, who don't know anything about what it means to be a quality woman and don't know anything about what it means to attract a quality man. Seriously, because you have to take accountability. Everybody has to take accountability for your role in creating the life that you have. So, if I'm talking to Megan as her dad, I say, why would you date a guy like that? That guy he's not a quality person. Like, let me see him. Let me look him up and down. He don't look like shit, right? Oh, he's a rapper. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many records he sold. That doesn't matter. Being a rapper does not make you a quality person. See, a lot of young people that don't have guidance, they get lost in the illusion. The illusion is that because you're on a show like Love and Hip Hop, that somehow you are a successful person. In fact, Tory talked about his number one role model was Biggie growing up, the notorious B.I.G. Now, here's what's fascinating. Biggie also, remember that song he had where he said, birthdays was the worst days. Now we sip champagne when we thirsty. That was an aspirational song to say it was hard before in the hood. Now look at me. I made it. I'm successful. I made it. I'm on top of the world. Then bang, he's dead a year later. So I ask you this question. If Biggie was talking about how successful he was and how happy he was and how he really made it to the top, but he's dead a year later, was he winning or was he losing? Was he successful or was he in a dangerous position where he was actually worse off than he was before? You see, hip hop does that. And this is created by white supremacy. They do this because they love to control Black people. They create this illusion, this false illusion that many of the 24, 25-year-olds fall for, to say that because I have money in the bank, I'm successful. I'm an expert on money. I know everything money can do for you. I know why money matters. I know why money is important. We talk about money all day long. But one thing I can tell you is that there are things money does and things money does not do. Money does not necessarily give you peace of mind if you're putting yourself in terrible, dangerous, horrible positions in order to obtain that money. There's some situations you can be put into where you will wish you never had that money ever in your life. You'll wish you never had been discovered as a rapper. Do you know how many rappers that are dead? When Megan got shot, I was like, oh, okay, another rapper to getting shot. That happens about once a week. Do you know how many rappers they got long prison sentences and their record labels never showed up to bail them out? Why? Well, because E40 told you that actually. E40, he teaches in his music. Listen to E40. Sometimes E40 teaches. Sometimes you got to listen to the OGs now because that's where the wisdom's at. Oh, E40 said they'll find a new nigga next year. Anybody remember that? He had a song called They'll Find a New Nigga Next Year. And he was talking to the rappers. Yeah, I know you shining. I know you this and I know you that, but they'll find a new nigga next year. So at the end of the day, these people don't care nothing about you. And so, but taking it off the rapper level, because I can have a conversation with the rappers. I could talk to them for hours and I would love to. If any of them are listening and they want to call me and talk to me, I would be very happy to give you the Boyce Watkins perspective on everything. But go deeper. I want to talk about you. Most of you are not rappers. Most of you are regular people figuring out life, trying to decide where you want to be, what you want to do, who you want to be around, and how to view the world. So on a bigger level, on a socio-political level, you must look. I see this situation as a microcosmic example of how the destruction of the Black family has created chaos in the lives of so many young people. If both of those young people had fathers, I don't believe this incident would have taken place. I believe if they both had fathers, Megan would have been more secure. She would have probably chosen a different type of man. She would have chosen a different situation. She probably would be rapping about her wet ass pussy because ain't no daddy gonna be. I'm sorry, I don't know how many of y'all have a daddy that would probably pick up the phone and be like, "What are you doing?" Seriously, if you made a song with Cardi B called "Wet Ass Pussy," how many of you have a father? And ladies can answer this. How many of you have a father, or maybe the men? If you made a song called BAD, which stands for Big A, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try not to cuss too much. But so imagine if you're a man and you make a song, forget it. Let's just say it. You made a song called Big Ass Dick, or if you're a woman who made a song called Wet Ass Pussy. How many of you have parents, a father or a mother, who will call you on the phone and be like, "Don't you do that shit. Don't you embarrass the family like that. Don't you embarrass yourself like that. That's not how you represent yourself to the world." Right? But people who don't have guidance, they don't know any better. They're thinking, but I'm getting money. So that it must be good. It must be right. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. I'm stealing from the words of Immortal Technique, another rapper that I really love. All money ain't good money. And so at the end of the day, I see the missing father in all of this. I believe that if a father were present in Megan's life, the poor child didn't have this. It's not her fault. It's life. It's systems. It's prison. It's mass incarceration. It's all the stuff, the war on drugs. It's all the things they did to you. This is why I'm not voting for Joe Biden, in case you want to know. The reason I'm not voting for Joe Biden is because I know that his crime bill was one of the mechanisms put in place to destroy the black family. A lot of these young kids that are growing up getting in crazy situations are doing it because they don't have fathers around. Because in the 1990s and 1980s, they were sending black men to prison like concentration camps. They were doing to black people what they did to the Jews in Nazi Germany. They were exterminating black people and exterminating black families. I have a friend whose entire family was sent to prison. Her mother, her father, her uncle, her grandmother, and her aunt. Every single person in the family got sent to prison on one RICO charge. And they don't even think about like what's going to happen to these kids when they grow up without parents. So when I look at that situation, and I'm not here to assess blame and again, I'm not even on any level saying it's Megan's fault. If you get shot by your boyfriend, it's certainly not your fault. The only thing I would say to you, though, is as an empowered woman, I would encourage you to pick a better boyfriend, right? Because that's another problem with this culture is it's encouraging little girls to want to chase after these thugs. Like, and I'm going to tell you, as a guy who wasn't a thug, a guy who said, I don't want to be a thug. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to go to prison. I felt like I was walking a tightrope in the 90s where they were locking black men up like crazy. Black men my age. I was the exact same age as Tupac. And I remember Tupac got murdered. Biggie gets murdered. I got homeboys, my best friend Greg the same year got shot in the head. Another friend went to prison. I felt like I was on pins and needles and tightropes to stay out of trouble. So I was like, I need to be strategic so this white man don't get my ass and lock me up for 100 years because I have a friend who's a dope dealer and I made a phone call. That's how they do. They'll lock you up because you made a phone call and get you on a RICO charge. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. It was terrifying. So as a person who was committed to not being a thug, I remember, just kind of seeing people thinking that this sort of thug life was sexy because these guys had money. They had more money than me. The world was not interested in mass marketing an intelligent black man. The world was only interested in mass marketing the black man who filled the stereotype. And the same thing happens for women. You get men that want to chase after some of these trifling ass, trampy ass, loud ass, cheap ass women, who will sell you their vagina and sell you their entire body for a box of Dunkin' Donuts, and then quality women who are sitting back trying to form a strong family with a quality man can't get no attention at all. That's what they've done to you. They've caused men and women in our community to become addicted to the poison. You pass over the healthy food so you can get to the candy. You chase the eye candy, and the eye candy makes you fat and bloated and gives you heart disease and gives you diabetes. And then you say, oh, look at me. This all happened to me because I'm black. Well, at the end of the day, black people, choices do matter. Choices matter. Both of those people made a choice to be in that situation. That is true. Now, again, he deserves he deserves all the blame for pulling out that gun and doing what he did. But also, I wish, when I see a woman that would even think a man like that would be a quality man, I want to say that's not a quality man. That's not the kind of man you want. Here's what a real man looks like. I've done videos like that. If you don't believe me, just go to drboystv.com and you'll find videos where I talk to women and say, here's what a quality man does. Here's the kind of man you want to have. And I'm doing that because I'm hoping that there's some young lady out there that's not going to be offended or think that what I'm saying is insulting her feminist freedoms or liberties. And will just let me be your father or your uncle for about 5 minutes so I can tell you some things that I think are going to make a big difference in your life. Because when you don't have that father around, and this is why fathers matter, when you don't have a father around, there are a lot of things about men that you just don't understand, and you have to learn those things the hard way. And typically you learn the bulk of your lessons in your 20s, but then you learn a lot of those other lessons in your 30s when you're a single mom because some dude got you pregnant when you were 25 years old and your child's growing up without their dad. That's how the game works. It's a constant cycle. It's constantly repeated because the world loves ratchet, but the world don't love wisdom. The world loves chaos, but the world does not love family. The world loves all this, what's shiny, but nobody loves the shit that's actually going to keep you good and make sure you are good. Everybody chases things that look good, but don't actually know what it means to be good. Being good means being secure. It means being happy. It means being content. It means being fulfilled. It means being safe. It means having a strong strength and unity in your family. It means raising healthy children. That's contentment. That's happiness. That's fulfillment. All this crap that they market to you in media, particularly through hip hop. Unfortunately, hip hop has become toxic in many ways. That stuff ain't nothing, man. That stuff ain't nothing but some shit that's gonna have you like losing sleep every night. Seriously, have you running for the crack pipe. So just be smart, black people. Listen up, and I hope that this video helps some of you. I got to run. We're about to do a special lecture in the Black Business School. If you'd like to join us, it's on how to turn your child into a millionaire. I'm literally breaking down a process. It's very easy to do. I have a PhD in finance, so I'm going to break this down for the parents and everybody that shows up. So if you're interested in joining us, you can get in to do a $1 trial in our program. You can get in for free. It's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. So if everybody could do this for me also, please hit the thumbs up button before you go. Please hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button. Also, if you could share this video, because I think a lot of people need this. We need some Uncle Boyce kind of stuff in the community because we don't get that. And I feel bad for these young people because they don't know what they're walking into. So anyway, I'm about to go, guys. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button before you go. And one more time, the URL is blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. So sorry, Kay. Nobody's attacking Megan Thee Stallion. I know you might be a Megan fan and you just walked into the chat. So it's okay. Some people show up a day late and a dollar short and be asking all the crazy questions. Go back and watch the rest of the video if you want to understand what we just talked about. Take care, guys. Love you. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV.